Charlie, welcome to the very funny Mr. Anthony Young!
Sorry for keeping you waiting. There's a really tight, it's snug back there and I'm fat. So I had to wait for Carl to move for me to come out. How we doing, Charlie? Are we good?
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. I'm buzzing to be here. Some of you ladies are already looking disappointed because you weren't expecting this. I'll apologise now. I realise you've come to see a handsome man and his support act is just a poor man's Johnny Vegas. Like, I'm aware of that, man. I'm buzzing to be here because today is my godson's 5th birthday party. And because I've had to come here early, I've missed it. So from the bottom of my heart, Charlie, thank you very much, because that kid's an arsehole. But I love him. He did make us want my own child, so me and my wife tried. And I don't mind saying this, I've had a little girl recently and I wanted a boy, and beggars can't be choosers, and it turns out I was a beggar. I tried for 2 years to have a kid. I didn't think my willy worked. And then my wife got an app on her phone to tell us when to have sex. Now, I've had an app for a lot of shit. I didn't think sex was going to be an issue. I thought I was okay at that. To her, she was like a sex ninja. It was like she was trying to catch an elusive Pokemon. She just turned up out of nowhere. Anthony, the app says we need to have sex now. And I'm like, yeah, all right, Don, that sounds great. Can I finish having dinner with your parents first and I'll come straight up? And the app taught when to do everything. It taught when to weigh on a stick and run in the toilet. We'd done that together. She'd done it, I didn't join in. And it said 1 to 2 weeks pregnant. And I burst into tears. And I was crying and Kate was crying. I was crying for about 5 minutes. And I don't know why it's Neanderthal, but I was like, I'm a bloke, I'm not meant to be crying this long. So I said something to break the tension. I said something that I regret to this day. Ladies, I apologise that I ever said this. Just once, as a joke, to break the tension, I said, are you worried they might gut you like a fish? Right now. Didn't expect that laugh, not gonna lie. Doesn't normally get like, my wife didn't laugh, but she did stop crying, so it worked, right? And she just went, I am now. I went, it's fine, Kate, don't worry. 9 months passed, Kate went into labour. I used to say we went into labour. Kate corrects me, it was very much her. Because again, I'm a bloke, I used to be like, tell you what's worse than labour, man flu. It's fucking not, right? I think I'd rather have the coronavirus than go into labour. To be honest with you, 12 hours she was in labour, back to back. What that means is the baby's spine was rubbing against her spine. It was that bad at one point, I had to put my phone down and hold her hand. I didn't get gas in there, right? And at the end of the 12 hours, the midwife looked up and said something I wasn't expecting. She caught us off guard. She went, category 1 emergency, everyone to theatre. I thought, I don't know what that means, and I don't work well under pressure, we've established that. So off the cuff, I just went, oh, sounds exotic, what's that? She gave me the worst look I've ever been given, and rightfully so. She went, immediate threat to life of mother and child. I went, shit. Do you have anything in a category 2? We will take a 3. It didn't, right? Turns out, all it is, my daughter has a fat head and she wouldn't come out the foof. That's all it was. And thinking about it, Charlie, I don't know if that's a slant on my fat-headed daughter or a compliment to my wife. But, the wife likes that joke, funnily enough, mate. Where you going tonight, Charlie? I am. Tell me about me tight fanny. Will do, darling. Have a good night. But they couldn't get the little bugger out, they couldn't get her out for love and money, so they had to put forceps around that chubby little head. My daughter's not the waist. They played tug of war. My daughter won. Had to give my wife a C-section, of course I did. So we're in the recovery room a few hours later, and the midwife I had a bit of banter with earlier came round. She went, Mrs. Young, you've had a C-section. My wife says, you don't need to tell us. She went, no, I do. There's a few things you need to know. She shot me a look, and I thought, I don't like where this is going. She went, for the next 6 to 12 weeks, Mrs. Young, you can't. She whipped out a list as big as her arm. You can't cook, you can't clean, you can't dust, you can't hoover. Don't do any shopping, don't do any housework. Make your husband do fucking everything. For the next 6 to 12 weeks. And after everything Kate had been through, the labour, the drugs, the fat-headed baby, after everything, she just turned and looked at me and went, who's gutted now? Me? Because I proper messed up when my daughter was born. I proper messed up. because not my daughter, she's loved, she's wanted, she's amazing. I decided to be the stay-at-home parent because I was under the illusion being a parent was a piece of piss. Yeah, yes, you're right to fucking laugh, aren't you? I was unaware of that laughter. Like, is there any parents in the room? Give me a cheer. Yeah, watch this. Is there any stay-at-home parents in the room? Give me a cheer. There will be, right? There definitely will be. But us you working parents judge us stay-at-home parents, don't you? You think we're sitting on our arse all day watching Jeremy Kyle, and this morning, not on a Friday when Eamon Holmes is on, he can fuck off, right? On Loose Women. I'd kill to watch Loose Women. Some days I'd want to watch Eamon Holmes. Do you want to hazard a guess what's on my TV 24/7, 7-Eleven? Somebody say it. Peppa fucking Pig! That insubordinate little piece of fucking shit! I fucking hate that pig. Right, give us a minute. When I first wrote that bit, I was doing an open mic night back in Newcastle, and I'd had a couple of drinks, and Peppa Pig had been on repeat all day, and there was that episode where Daddy Pig pretends he can speak French and he fucking can't, right? So I got on stage and I just let rip. And that was great, until I realised it was just a fat bloke having a meltdown and I didn't have a punchline. Then I rang my mate Tom, he lives in Sheffield, he's got a 3-year-old. I went, Tom, Peppa Pig, talk to me. Tom went silent. I realised he was just breathing out. He went, I'll sum this up for you, Aunt. I'm a vegan. And even I'd eat that little cunt in a sandwich. Now, when a vegan, sorry if there's any vegans in, is willing to get off their pedestal, walk amongst us mere mortals, eat a ham sandwich and drop the C-bomb, you know she's a piece of fucking shit. Fucking hate her. Like, and this is my job now. I'm a full-time dad and a full-time comic. If I'd have known that at 18, I'd have never went into hairdressing. Because, yeah, there's a stigma about male hairdressers that I was naively unaware of, right? I worked for Regis, and I remember I was in the Metro Centre, I was washing, the fucking get me words out, I was washing a woman's hair once, and she looked up at us and she caught us off guard, because she went, "Hey, it's funny, you don't look gay." I didn't pause that long, because without thinking, I just went, "Oh, you should see us with a dick in my mouth." I didn't know how else to react. Needless to say, I didn't work there anymore. I got sacked. So I went to work in call centres, and I loved working in call centres. I did, but I've left the call centre life now. I've left my manager. Her name was Carly, lovely woman, head screwed on. My new manager is a 3-year-old lunatic by the name of Emma Kate Young, who doesn't know about personal space. Right? Mate, I'm not going to pick on you. Can I just ask, do you have a job? Excellent. In your job, does your manager follow you to the toilet and try to touch your dick? Because is this a works night out and can I make it happen? Because mine does. Every time I go for a wee, this is all I ever hear. Tinky! Tinky! Daddy's got a tinky! Right, she's fascinated because she hasn't got one. Now, this is a lovely little, I've got to tell you this next bit to get on to the following bit, and it gets dark from here, so honestly, strap in, because it gets bad, it gets worse, and I just want to fucking let you know with a prefix. I'll set the tone. I've had a circumcision recently, right? Yeah, there's the level, right? I was at my auntie's house a week before I had it, and it wasn't like a whistle-stop tour just going around the family. Getting a circumcision, have a good day. It wasn't that, right? It was her birthday, we'll come up in conversation. She went, "Oh, you doing much next week?" I went, "Oh, I'm getting a circumcision." And she gives a bit of a look and she went, oh, do you need one? I went, "What?" "Yeah, Janice, yeah, it's not like I got the doctors and the barbers mixed up." Sat in the chair and just went, "Hello there, may I have a short back and sides and a little off the top?" That's not what happened, right? So my first day back on the job being a dad, my tinky looked a lot sore, and it was very sore, and my first week back, I heard this, the worst thing said about a tinky in the history of tinkies. I heard this, "Ah." Tinky. No man needs to hear that. Like, it was horrible. Now, my daughter likes to play top trumps. My daughter doesn't know she is playing top trumps, but she is very, very good at it. Now I've got a snuggle chair. I was lying on the snuggle chair, spread out, very loose fitting clothing. I was wearing shorts, t-shirt. My wife had took a bit of time off work to look after me while I was drugged up to the eyeballs and look after the child. And I thought they were upstairs playing, so I fell asleep. And I was awoken to the worst noise I have ever heard in the world. I was awoken to this noise. Ah, Pinky. Yeah. My daughter kissed my boo-boo better. Now, I shot myself, jumped up and went, no, not for a lot of years, not from Rotherham, no. Thought I'd got away with it, probably the wrong turn of phrase, but I thought I had. I looked up, my wife stood at the door, she's seen everything, so I looked at her, and to her eternal credit, she just went, what happens when I'm at work? What? No, fuck off, she'll tell the teacher. No. My daughter goes to preschool. My daughter is a grassy little bitch, right? She tells her teacher, Miss Gilfillan, everything. So I've had to beat my daughter to school the next day, wait for all the other parents to filter out, pull a fully grown woman to one side and go, Miss Gilfillan, I've had a circumcision recently. She looks at me as if to go, what the fuck you telling me for? And I says, what it is, Miss Gilfillan, is, Emma kissed my boo-boo better. Now, I'm expecting Miss Gilfillan to kick me out of school. I should have opened with this. Anyone in from social services? Because I was expecting Miss Gilfillan to ring them, to have my daughter investigated. I wasn't expecting Miss Gilfillan's response. She just went, happens, doesn't it? I went, what? No, I took the moral high ground. I took a hand. I was like, no, and we'll never come back here again, Miss Gilfillan. I love being a dad, though. It's class. It's genuinely amazing. Other than that kind of stuff, I get to just dick about all day. I get to play like hide and seek. Well, I don't play hide and seek, because hide and seek with a child is shit, isn't it? There's only so many times you can pretend you're not behind the fucking curtain, right? Where is she? She's fucking there. I know she's there. I'm making a cup of coffee. I'll find you. So what I like to do is play a game called hide and boo. It's a lot like hide and seek, but a lot more fun for the grown-up, right? If we scare each other, if we scare another adult, we have one of two responses: fight or flight. If you scare a 3-year-old child, they shake like a shitting dog, right? It's amazing. So I was upstairs in the bedroom, we're colouring in. I've got a baby gate at the top of the stairs, in case there is anyone in from social services. We're colouring in. My daughter stopped paying attention to me. So I snuck off, hid behind the door in the bedroom. She come looking for us with a pencil case. She was like, Dada, Dada, Dada. I jumped out from behind the door, quite juvenile, she's 3, doesn't have to be elaborate, and just went, hurrah! She went, pencils went everywhere, right? Piss ran down her leg, piss ran down my leg. It was fantastic. And she just got angry, she went, no, Dada, and she stormed off. So she went back in her bedroom, so I hid at the bottom of the bed, because I genuinely love this game. So I'm hiding at the bottom of the bed, she come looking for us with that dolly. She was like, Dada, Dada, Dada. Checked behind the door, I wasn't there. Shut the door. I thought, shit, I can't see her now. So I went to give up my hiding spot to go and tell her where I was. Then I heard down the stairs, bum 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 bum. Shot myself, I was like, shit. So I went to run, then she started crying. I thought, good, she's not dead. I mean, there's a lot of parents in the room. You know parents, what goes through your head, and it's horrific, and it gets worse. It's like, has she broke her arm? Has she broke her neck? Is this what really happened in Portugal? Like, literally. Two things there. One, you were fucking warned. Two, I didn't leave my 2-year-old child to go on the piss. She might have accidentally kissed me dick, but that's not on me, right? Now, to be fair to my daughter, to give her absolute credit, she was standing at the top of the stairs, absolutely fine, doing a fake cry, and she went, I didn't know whether to punch her or high five her, like it was horrific, because she gets that fake cry from me. I use it a lot of times. I do an impression of a baby crying. That's better than a baby crying. Now that's quite a bold claim, but I'll tell you when I use it. We've got like a working museum around us, it's called Beamish. It's like travelling back like 200 years ago, and they've got a working mine. So we'll go down the working mine, and there's like an actor giving you all the spiel. Oh, this is what it was like if you had to work in the mine from the age of 6 and all that shit. But they've got the same spiel every year. So there's a hole there that's about a mile deep, and then he stops you at the hole, and it's all cordoned off. He's like, do you see this hole here? This hole here is a mile deep. If anything was to fall down this hole, it's not getting out. That's where I like to just lean forward and go, oh, really? Yeah. Nearly got the bloke sacked this year, right? Because he was brand new and he went, fucking hell! My wife had to lean forward. She was like, knock it off, Anth, we know it's you. And I was like, yeah. This year, last year, the police, air ambulance, fire brigade, Sting turned up to record a charity single with Shaggy. Like, I hate to fuck with them, right? I get that kind of humour from my dad, because that scare me daughter givers. That's not the worst scare I've ever had in my life. Be warned that I said it went dark. When I was 13, I was living at home with my parents, and my dad had come home pissed from the pub, and I heard him coming up the stairs, and I was like tucked up in bed, and I thought, oh, I'm going to get a good night pissed kiss. I'm from the north, I don't get a kiss off my dad, this will be lovely. So I was lying in bed waiting for me, love you son. And then my dad come in my room and started getting naked. And I thought, ooh, this isn't good. My dad slept stark bollock naked, got in the bed behind me, spooned me, and then done this. Shit, wrong bed. Got up! I pulled him about that about 2 weeks before he died the other year, and I was like, Dad, do you remember doing that? He went, no, but please don't tell that at my funeral. I went, I won't, but can I do it on 2-hour call? He went, yes, and go for your life. Like, I come from that family. Like, I love my mum and dad. Nothing ever fazed them. My mum, just before my daughter was born, she had a stroke, and it was a small stroke that affected the left-hand side, and it affected her movement a little bit. Went to the hospital, and the doctor says, Mrs. Young, we need to check your cognitive therapy. Can you close your eyes, hold your hands out to the side, and touch your nose? My mum went, yeah, pet, no problem. Then just looked at me and went, I don't know if I could do that before I had a stroke. Like, I love her, right? She's class. Then 3 months after my daughter was born, my mum had a second stroke, same symptoms, opposite side, quite a rare thing to happen, and went back to the hospital. Different doctor said he had to do the same test. And my mum smirked. And I went, what are you smirking at? She went, been practicing. Fuck you! Right in my face. So I've had to explain to the doctors and the nurses this wasn't a symptom of the stroke. She's just buzzing she can touch her nose after last time. Right? Now, comedy comes in threes, and unfortunately for my mum, so did her strokes. The third one affected the frontal lobe, and it affected her speech a lot more. It was very much slurred, and I went to hospital, and a nurse came up. She went, Mrs. Young, I need to check your speech. Can you say some words for me? Can you say the words, baby hippopotamus? And my mum went, no, I'm not giving that bastard any more material. Love her. Right, she's class. Oh my class. I'll leave with this bit. I used to work in the call centre, like I said, I've done that for a while, and I love the call centre work. I loved it for a couple of reasons. One is the phonetic alphabet. The phonetic alphabet, call centres are told they've got to use it. Are we aware of the phonetic alphabet? Yeah. Yeah, it's like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. Call centres are drilled into them, they've got to use it. Use it to your advantage. Say stuff that's correct, but just fucks with them a little bit, right? Say stuff like G for gnome. K for knife, right? Comedy comes in threes, please fucking use this. P for pterodactyl. Honestly, I was like a 10-year vet and someone caught me out once and I was proud for them. He went, E for 11. I went, that's a number? He went, also a word, dickhead. I thought, touche, fair play to you, sir, that's good. I like it. Top 3 phonetics said to me, hand on heart truth, from the general public, God love yous. In at number 3, K for curry. She went, I'm going for a curry in a minute. I went, it's fine, don't worry. One guy at the height of World Cup season, with no irony, said I for England. I'm going to put this in a joint number 2 because I've been a bit crude, and this joke's a bit of a thinker. Not everyone gets it, so I'll put it in for you. Joint number 2, one woman said D, that's reserved for Delta. She said D for W. Had to take a week off work after that one. But my favourite one, the one that catches everyone out, is the letter Q for cucumber. Every time, every fucking time. Do you still get phone calls from call centres saying I can see you've had an accident? They're not allowed to do PPI anymore, so they're hammering this. And you just tell them to fuck off, or like, you're not interested, and hang up. Don't. They're scripted. He rings us up, he went there, hello Mr. Young, we can see you've had an accident. I went, yes I have. He went, ooh, sorry to hear that. I thought, you're not. He says, what happened? I says, well, I was in a car on a roundabout, another car pulled out in front of us, head-on collision, the airbags opened, I've got short-term memory loss, long-term memory loss, it was really bad. He says, ooh, when did it happen? He says, when did what happen? He went, the accident? I said, what accident? Who is this? Hung up on him, I've got them 3 fucking times. In fact, I went to video it for YouTube 2 days ago, and the guy went, oh fucking hell, not this again. So it's definitely getting out there, right? It's definitely working. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been gigging with Carl for 6 years now. He's a nice guy now, let's just call him Carl instead of Mr. Hutchinson, it's lovely. But no, over the 6 years he's turned into one of my best mates in the world. He was at my daughter's christening, he was at my wedding, and he could have been at a conception because I don't know, it was dark. But he's going to come out here, he's going to have a brilliant new show for you, you're going to love it. Go have yourselves a break, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Anthony Young, you've been fantastic, Charlie. Thank you very much.